Have you ever wondered if you might be missing out on hidden perks every time you fly? For seniors, especially those over 65, air travel can feel exhausting, uncomfortable, and sometimes overwhelming. But here's the little secret most passengers never hear. Airlines quietly offer dozens of free items and services, but only if you know to ask. Today, I'm going to reveal 20 completely free things seniors can request on planes. Some of them are small comforts, like an extra pillow or a refill of water. Others can make a huge difference in your health and safety, such as help with swollen ankles, special meals, or even priority use of the restroom. And here's the best part. Numbers 18, 19, and 20 are so surprising that most frequent travelers don't even know they exist, yet they're often the ones seniors appreciate the most. Before we dive in, I'd love to connect with you. Tell me, where are you watching this video from, and what time of day is it for you right now? Drop your answer in the comments below. I can't wait to see your responses. When you're flying, comfort can feel like the most valuable luxury of all, especially for seniors who may already be dealing with stiff joints, back pain, or trouble sleeping in an unfamiliar seat. The good news is that airlines often carry extra items on board that can make a huge difference, but very few passengers know to ask for them. One of the simplest secrets is requesting extra pillows and blankets. Most aircrafts carry far more than they distribute. If your neck feels sore or your lower back is tight after sitting too long, a pillow can provide that extra bit of support that turns an uncomfortable seat into a place where you can actually rest. Blankets, too, are rarely limited to one per person. Seniors sometimes hesitate, worrying that they'll be seen as demanding, but in reality, flight attendants would much rather you be comfortable than watch you shiver or fidget through the flight. Another overlooked option is hot water or tea. Many seniors take daily medications, and swallowing pills with ice-cold water can feel unpleasant. What most passengers don't realize is that flight attendants always have access to hot water. Since it's used for coffee and tea service, you can politely ask for a cup of plain hot water anytime. Some seniors even bring their own herbal tea bags and simply request hot water, creating a calming ritual mid-flight that feels familiar and soothing. Small adjustments like these can transform the experience of flying from tolerable to truly comfortable. Think of it this way. You don't need to suffer through discomfort just because you're in economy. These resources are there for you, and all it takes is a kind request. Over and over again, I've seen seniors light up with relief after realizing they didn't have to endure a sore neck or a restless night on the plane. So next time you board, remember extra pillows, blankets, or even just a cup of hot water are not luxuries you need to buy. They're part of what the airline is already carrying, waiting for passengers who know to ask. For seniors, these little comforts aren't just nice to have, they can be the difference between stepping off the plane tired and achy or arriving refreshed and ready for the journey ahead. Long flights can put a surprising strain on the body, and seniors often feel the effects more than younger travelers. Hours of sitting in a cramped seat can lead to swelling in the ankles, aching knees, or even headaches from the dry cabin air. What many people don't realize is that flight attendants have simple, free solutions that can make a world of difference if you ask. One of the most useful is an ice pack. No, airlines don't carry medical-grade cold packs, but they do have plenty of ice. If your ankles start to swell or your knees ache, you can ask a flight attendant to prepare a small bag of ice wrapped in a napkin or towel. It might sound basic, but the cooling effect reduces swelling, eases joint pain, and can even help with headaches or muscle tension. Seniors who discover this trick often say it transforms the way they feel when they land. Another overlooked option is light support bands or ties. While they're not professional tourniquets, crews sometimes carry elastic straps or cloth materials that can be used to secure an ice pack in place or provide gentle pressure around a sore joint. For seniors who struggle with circulation or worry about leg cramps, this small gesture can provide both comfort and reassurance. Beyond physical relief, these little health supports also reduce stress. Seniors often try to Tough it out, believing that discomfort is just part of the flying experience. But there's no need to suffer silently. Flight attendants are trained to help and genuinely prefer when passengers speak up before small problems become bigger issues. Imagine stepping off a 5-hour flight without throbbing ankles or a stiff back. That's the difference these simple requests can make. They're not extravagant, they don't cost a dime, and they're part of the airline's mission to keep passengers safe and comfortable. So the next time your legs swell or your head begins to pound midair, don't just endure it. Press the call button, smile, and ask for help. Seniors have every right to make their journey healthier and more comfortable, and airline crews are more than willing to assist. Sometimes, the smallest request, like a bag of ice, can be the key to arriving at your destination feeling refreshed rather than worn out. For seniors, one of the biggest challenges of air travel isn't just sitting through the flight, it's managing the little tasks that can unexpectedly put them at risk. Lifting heavy bags, fastening seat belts that don't fit, or waiting anxiously for the restroom during turbulence can all create stress and even injury. The truth is, flight attendants are trained and ready to help with each of these situations, and it's all completely free. Let's start with luggage. Every week, flight attendants watch seniors struggle with carry-ons that are just too heavy or awkward to lift into the overhead bin. Too often, this results in pulled shoulders, strained backs, or even dangerous accidents. Here's the reality. Helping with bags is part of the crew's job, and they prefer to step in rather than see you hurt yourself. If your bag feels heavy, don't push yourself. Simply ask, and a flight attendant will gladly lift it up or bring it down for you when needed. Safety always comes before pride. Seatbelts are another hidden challenge. Not every airline seatbelt fits comfortably, especially if you're wearing a winter coat or have a larger waistline. Many seniors sit uncomfortably tight for hours, not realizing there's a simple solution: a seatbelt extender. These extenders are carried on every flight, completely free of charge. You only need to request one discreetly, and the crew will hand it to you quietly without drawing attention. The goal isn't to make you feel embarrassed, it's to make sure you're safe and secure without discomfort. And then there's the issue of restroom access. Seniors who take medications, live with diabetes, or simply experience more frequent bathroom needs often dread turbulence, when the seatbelt sign seems to stay on forever. What most passengers don't know is that you can quietly let the crew know about your situation. In many cases, flight attendants will prioritize your access to the restroom as soon as it's safe to move. They may guide you quickly during short breaks in turbulence, ensuring you don't suffer in silence. All three of these services help with luggage, seatbelt, extenders, and restroom priority may feel like small things, but together they can prevent injury, reduce anxiety, and make the journey far less stressful. Too often, seniors hesitate because they don't want to be a burden. But here's the truth. You're not a burden, you're a valued passenger, and your comfort and safety are exactly why the crew is there. The next time you board, remember that these options exist. Speak up, ask kindly, and let the professionals handle what they're trained to do. Your role is simply to enjoy the flight and arrive safely without unnecessary strain or worry. For seniors, food and hydration aren't just about comfort, they're about health. Long flights can throw mealtimes off schedule, create dehydration, and even interfere with medications. Fortunately, there are several little-known free options that can make air travel much easier on your body. One of the most important is special meals. Even if you didn't pre-order a diabetic-friendly, low-sodium, or vegetarian option when booking, it's always worth asking once you're on board. Airlines frequently load a few extra meals to cover unexpected needs. If the standard dish looks too salty, too heavy, or just doesn't suit your health condition, a flight attendant may be able to offer an alternative. Seniors who discover this are often pleasantly surprised they no longer feel forced to eat something that might upset their blood sugar, digestion, or blood pressure. Hydration is another hidden challenge. The cabin air is extremely dry, and older adults are more vulnerable to dehydration. which can cause headaches, dizziness, or fatigue. Buying bottled water at airports is expensive, and those tiny plastic cups handed out during service are never enough. Here's the secret. Bring an empty bottle through security and simply ask the crew to fill it up for you during the flight. They'll gladly do it, and you can request refills as often as needed. Staying properly hydrated can mean the difference between feeling drained or landing with steady energy. And don't forget snacks. Many passengers assume that the single packet of pretzels or cookies they're given is all they get. In reality, most flights carry extras. Once meal service is complete, flight attendants often have leftover snack packs available. If you're still hungry, or if your normal eating schedule doesn't line up with the in-flight service, just ask. Seniors often find that a second snack keeps them comfortable and helps regulate blood sugar between meals. These small but powerful requests, special meals, refilled bottles, and extra snacks are about more than convenience. They're about protecting your health during travel and arriving at your destination without feeling weak, dizzy, or overly tired. Too many seniors try to make do with whatever is handed out, but the truth is, you don't have to. Airlines want you to be safe, hydrated, and well-fed. By asking for what you need, you're not being demanding, you're being smart about your health. So the next time you fly, remember, a little water, a better meal, and an extra snack can go a long way toward keeping your journey smooth and your body strong. Flying can feel long and exhausting, especially for seniors who may not enjoy staring at a screen for hours. What many don't realize is that airlines offer several free ways to stay entertained and relaxed. You just have to know to ask. Let's start with headphones. If you forgot your own or brought a pair that doesn't fit the seat's audio jack, don't worry. Most airlines carry complimentary or spare headphones. Seniors often assume they'll be stuck in silence, but all it takes is a polite request. Being able to watch a movie, listen to music, or follow the in-flight announcements can make the hours pass much more pleasantly. Beyond screens, there are old-fashioned entertainment options too. Many airlines still stock playing cards, crossword puzzles, or small activity kits. While these are often thought of as children's items, seniors are absolutely welcome to request them. I've seen older couples spend hours happily playing cards, laughing together as the flight sailed by. It's a refreshing way to engage your mind and enjoy the journey without depending on technology. Another overlooked secret is free seat relocation. If the flight isn't full, you don't necessarily have to stay in your assigned seat. After boarding is complete and the doors are closed, you can politely ask a flight attendant if there are any empty rows or quieter spots available. Seniors often find this especially helpful if they want more legroom, a seat closer to the restroom, or simply a quieter space away from noisy passengers. With a little patience and courtesy, crews are usually happy to accommodate. Rest is another critical factor. Long flights can be noisy and bright, making it difficult for seniors to get the sleep they need. But airlines often carry complimentary earplugs, eye masks, or even small sleep kits. They aren't always handed out automatically, but they're available if you ask. Blocking out noise and dimming the light can help you drift off peacefully, turning a restless journey into a restorative one. Taken together, these entertainment and relaxation options, headphones, games, seat relocation, and sleep aids can transform a flight from something to endure into something to enjoy. Seniors deserve comfort and peace of mind, and airline crews have the tools to provide it. So, the next time you find yourself on a long flight, don't resign yourself to boredom or sleeplessness. Ask for what's available. Whether it's a simple deck of cards or a quiet row to stretch out in, these little perks can make the journey not just bearable, but memorable. Beyond pillows, meals, and entertainment, airlines also offer a range of special services that can reduce stress and make travel smoother, especially for seniors who often face added challenges with paperwork, hygiene, or simply feeling at ease in a crowded cabin. One of the most overlooked services is assistance with customs and immigration forms. For many seniors, the tiny print confusing questions, or digital versions of entry forms can be overwhelming. Instead of struggling or worrying about making a mistake, simply press the call button. Flight attendants are trained to guide passengers through these forms, whether it's helping you understand a question, spelling a word, or lending you a pen if you forgot one. For seniors, this small act of support can save time, reduce stress, and prevent errors that might cause delays upon arrival. Cleanliness and peace of mind are just as important. While many seniors bring their own sanitizing wipes, not everyone knows that airlines often carry tissues, napkins, or even alcohol wipes on board. A quick wipe of your tray table, armrest, or seatbelt buckle can make your space feel safer and more comfortable. Seniors who ask for these supplies often feel more relaxed, knowing they've taken steps to reduce exposure to germs during their trip. And let's not forget about small luxuries. Some airlines carry warm towels, typically reserved for business class, but seniors can sometimes request them in economy as well. Using a warm towel to refresh your face or hands mid-flight feels like a small indulgence that can make the journey feel special. These services may not seem extraordinary, but together they provide seniors with reassurance, dignity, and comfort. Filling out forms with confidence, wiping down your space for peace of mind, or enjoying a warm towel during a long flight, all of these create a calmer, more enjoyable travel experience. The key is to remember that these options exist and that the crew is ready to help. Seniors don't need to feel embarrassed or hesitant. By asking, you're simply making the most of what's already available. And often, those who ask end up enjoying a flight that feels less like a chore and more like a thoughtful, cared-for journey. Flying doesn't have to be just about getting from one destination to another. For seniors, it can also be a chance to create meaningful moments, feel cared for, and even celebrate life's milestones in ways they'll remember long after landing. Airlines often provide free touches of special care, but only if you ask. One of the most practical options is access to basic first aid supplies. While flight attendants cannot hand out prescription medication, they are trained and equipped with essentials such as aspirin, motion sickness, tablets, antiseptic wipes, and bandages. Seniors sometimes hesitate to ask, thinking they'll be a bother. But the truth is, crews expect these requests and are glad to help. A small dose of aspirin for a headache or a bandage for a minor cut can prevent unnecessary discomfort and ensure the rest of the flight goes smoothly. Another surprisingly delightful option is hot towels. Though often reserved for premium cabins, many flights carry extras that can be offered in economy if you ask politely. Seniors especially appreciate this small luxury, a warm towel to wipe their hands or refresh their face after hours in a dry, crowded cabin. It's a simple act that brings a sense of dignity and calm to the journey. But perhaps the most touching service of all is recognition of special occasions. If you quietly mention to a flight attendant that it's your birthday, anniversary, or another milestone, many crews will go out of their way to make the moment memorable. This could be as simple as a handwritten note, a surprise dessert, or even a short announcement from the captain. For seniors, these gestures often mean the world, turning an ordinary flight into a story they'll proudly share with friends and family. These experiences go beyond comfort. They build connection. They remind seniors that they're not just passengers, but valued individuals whose well-being and happiness matter. Whether it's a small medical need, the luxury of a warm towel, or a heartfelt acknowledgement of a special day, these gestures create memories that last. So, next time you fly, don't be shy about letting the crew know if you need a little help or if you're celebrating something important. Airlines love to create moments of joy, and seniors often receive priority for these small surprises because the crew understands just how meaningful they can be. As we've seen, there are far more free options on airplanes than most people realize, especially for seniors. From extra pillows, special meals, and help with luggage to hidden luxuries like hot towels or even surprise birthday treats, these services exist to keep you safe, comfortable, and cared for. Too often, Older travelers hesitate to ask, worrying they'll be a burden. But the truth is, these resources are already there, waiting for those who know to request them. The real lesson here is simple. Seniors deserve to fly with dignity. You don't need to suffer through discomfort, confusion, or worry in silence. Whether it's a bag of ice for swollen ankles, help filling out customs forms, or a seatbelt extender to make the journey safe, every request you make is part of what the crew is trained and happy to provide. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What's one free thing you've ever asked for on a plane? Or which of these 20 surprises do you plan to try on your next trip? Share your answer in the comments below, or just write the word HOPE if this video gave you encouragement for your future travels. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this video with a friend or loved one who also deserves to travel in comfort. And most importantly, travel safe, stay well, and enjoy every journey. These tips are shared for general awareness. If you're facing any health challenges, be sure to check with your doctor before trying anything new.